Let's do this.
Oh my God.
We are off.
Whoa.
Okay, we're in a school parking lot here, so.
Oh my God. It just started working. I was expecting it to be a little slow, or like, oh, here we go, guys. Oh my God. Are you kidding? I don't like this intersection.
So it's stopping at the stoplight.
Stop
sign, which is great. It's now
peeking forward. Okay, good.
Not the way I would do it, but
no, that's pretty much what I would do.
Oh, I like the aggressive acceleration.
Let's go.
All right, Tess.
Holy
crap.
Oh my God. Shut up.
What the?
Hey everyone, welcome back to another WISE Community video. And WISE Community is where we talk about Tesla, investing in general, and wealth building. And so in today's video, we're going to talk about Tesla's full self-driving. And what you just saw was a small clip from Zach and Jessie from the Now You Know channel. I highly recommend that channel. I've been watching it for years. They do excellent work, super work there. And I have a link to that full video down below, although they will be back a little later in the video as they just got the beta version and are testing it out. And so in the last video, I spoke about how I made predictions about how Tesla would go 50x and go from $1,000 a share from today's point up to $50,000 a share. Check the card and also in the corner there for the link to that video below. So on that video, I got a comment from Anthony James, and it says here, I'm a huge Tesla fan and holder. I just don't think 50x is realistic. I sure hope I'm wrong though. And so, so in response to that video, that comment, and thank you for the comment, I wanted to say, why, it's not just enough to throw a little numbers out there, but I wanted to back it up and go into a little bit more in depth and why it isn't just pie in the sky thinking that this is what's going to happen with Tesla. So, but the great thing is right now, Tesla is down 5% from the day yesterday and another 2% down today. So it's in the 940, 950 range. So deals are abound on Tesla stock. And if you believe the information that I'm going to be sharing with you, this is definitely the time to get in. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the way I see FSD, full self-driving. I'm just going to call it FSD, but full self-driving is what that stands for. And the robo-taxis, how that's going to come to fruition. How is that even going to come about? And then I'm going to talk about how full self-driving will affect the stock price. So I'm going to go through both of those things. But before I go into that, we're going to go into this about the WISE community. If you are looking to get started building wealth and want to support the channel, come join us at thewisecommunity.com. WISE stands for Wealth Inspired Student Education, and our community is a group of people looking to change the current economic system by helping everyone become financially educated and achieving their financial freedom. Members of the WISE community can attend our weekly mastermind discussions, get discounts on our financial courses and lectures, access to view our trades in the private accounts, promote their own business in our community page, and get free stocks for signing up for trading brokerages using our referral codes. We also organize a weekly cash flow tournament, which helps people learn financial education by doing and participating instead of just listening. We give out monthly cash prizes to all our winners. The best thing you can do, though, to support the community is hit that like button. It's free, and subscribe. It really helps with their YouTube algorithm, and check out our website for upcoming live podcast dates. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, so FSD, let's talk about that, and let's talk about where full self-driving is right now. So after watching AI Day, which artificial intelligence, if you know what AI is, that Tesla had, and I watched it several times over. I still probably only comprehend about 60% of the things that were said, but from what I do understand, and understanding that I do have, is that they are dedicated to making full self-driving happen. And they are way ahead of Waymo and all the other companies that are doing still using LiDAR, still geofencing their cars in. Like the objective of the Tesla full self-driving is you can drop a car anywhere on earth that has roads and it will be able to drive itself to its destination. One of the things I got from AI Day is that they have over 1,000 engineers that are simply doing labeling. Labeling meaning data comes back from the cameras on the car, and you have to put in like, what was that? You know, a piece of snow flew off a truck, you know, and they need to, the car needs to understand this is what that was. So every time the full self-driving beta gets disengaged or something happens, the that information, the video, I think it's like 15-20 seconds beforehand and after, gets sent to Tesla, and they say, okay, what happened? What was wrong? Why did the driver feel like they needed to take over the car? And then they make updates. They fixed it. Then they do this. So, you know, 1,000 engineers just doing labeling. Like all the other stuff that goes on. I mean, if an engineer makes $100,000 a year, that's $100 million a year they're spending on just engineers for labeling at Tesla. Full self-driving, we should all want full self-driving. All right. Like we should all want it. All right. Like the fact that people are fighting against it or don't want it is amazing to me. Like, so just this, forget about the actual money that's going to go in Tesla, the societal benefits, the change. And I'm going to do another video on this. I'm going to do several videos on full self-driving, but the societal benefits of full self-driving is off the charts. You know, just the lives it'll save. Like, hold on, let me show you. Okay, so I Googled here how many car accidents happen in the US per year. And as you can see, the National Highway Traffic Administration, or NHTSA, how do you say it? Anyway, how many accidents occur per year? It's estimated that 36,000 people died in car accidents, right, in 2020. All right, so about 36,000. All right, so worldwide, it's quite, let's see, national car accidents happen about every 60 seconds. That equates to 5.2 million accidents across the nation on a yearly, 5.2 million car accidents, right? With 36, 37, 38,000 people dying every single year. By the way, that is 3,700 deaths per day. That's, whew. Okay, so should we have full self-driving then? Well, this was on Tesla's website, and we looked up their vehicle safety report. All right, and so let's read this. This is from Q2 of 2021. In the second quarter, we recorded one crash for every 4.4 million miles driven, in which drivers were using the autopilot technology. So we're not to full self-driving yet. We're talking about autopilot. And now, if you haven't used the difference between autopilot and full self-driving, autopilot can only be used in certain situations, when it's on, you know, main highways and off ramps. But basically, it's driving itself on main highways, not like on side roads and dealing with the street lights and all that kind of stuff. So this is just autopilot. By comparison, the National Highway Transportation NHTSA, all right, their most recent data shows that in the United States, there's an automobile accident happens every 484,000 miles. The point being is Teslas already are safer, all right, because of the fact that when there's an accident, all three, Model 3, Model Y, they've already break the charts as far as how safe they are, as far as saving the person in there. But also it's safer because of the acceleration and braking of the car. So the car is just altogether safer. But look at this. So when autopilot, 4 million versus 400,000. So it's a 10x factor, almost 10 times, 9 times, 10 times more safe to have the autopilot on than for the human to be driving. So we're talking about less accidents. We're talking about less people dying in cars, less. Why? Because people don't pay attention when they're driving. All right. So think about, again, talk about societal benefits. The whole drunk driving movement, that's gone. If it, you know, once you can have full self-driving, you can go drink, get drunk, sit in your car, and have it take you home. Right. So without you driving and thinking you're okay, and your friend's trying to steal your keys, and you know, and all the things that go along with drunk driving, you know, texting while driving, drive around. I challenge you, next time you go out to the grocery store or something, just, you know, when you come to a stoplight, when you come somewhere, just look around into the other cars and see how many people are actually texting while driving. that's completely gone, and it only takes a second for something to pull out, and you're texting, you're looking down, and it could be a quick, okay, you can just be responding something fast, and accidents, right? So I'm pretty sure that the Tesla full self-driving will not be texting your friends or be drunk or fall asleep. I can't tell you how many times I used to work in a nightclub and I would leave at 4 o'clock in the morning and have to drive home and just be exhausted, right? So having just bad vision, right? I got my glasses, and people not being able to see certain things. We have 2 cameras that are looking in one direction. Tesla has 8 cameras. They're looking in all directions all the time. There's no blind spots, right? So just better vision and seeing things. How many times have we turned because somebody's in our blind spot and we're not able to see them, right? How many people are eating and drinking while they're driving their car? You want to do that with full self-driving? No problem. You want to do that while you're driving? It distracts you, right? So as far as it goes, how many people just get emotional and get in their car and tear off and potentially get in accidents just because they're emotional? Last time I checked, the full self-driving mechanism won't get emotional while it's driving, right? You can even yell at it. You get to name your car, you can yell at it and, put it down and, build it up, whatever you want to do. It doesn't get emotional. It's just going to keep driving. So I'm going to do a future video on all these topics, but it's the societal benefit of full self-driving is so important, something we so want to have. Okay. So where is full self-driving right now? After watching, and I watch a lot, I watch a lot of videos, but after watching a lot of beta testing, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like, I'm scared for my life the entire time this thing is driving, to 10 meaning like perfect, like it's ready to go out. I would give it about a 7 right now. All right. So let's go back to Zach and Jessie. Let's see what they're saying.
Okay, so for people who know what the Drumhill Rotary is, you know what the Drumhill Rotary is.
Comment below.
Comment below. If you don't know what the Drumhill Rotary is, it used to be a rotary over a highway, and then they changed it, and it made it worse somehow. I don't know what lane I should ever be in on the rotary, so we're gonna see what Tess does in full self-driving. I don't have much faith.
I never know how to get through this road.
Okay, so what lane are we gonna pick here? Left. I think that's actually the correct lane.
Okay.
But I never know.
It was a late minute change, but
yeah,
that's fine. Good. I think you're off to a good start, Tess. So yeah, we got to go around the rotary.
And each one of these is a stoplight.
Yeah, because each one goes off.
And each one of these has like 17 lanes. It's pretty bad.
It's a Massachusetts rotary.
It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's not a rotary. It's just a horrible intersection. All right, here we go through this first intersection.
Right.
Does it know where to go?
And just keep in mind how
confident. Yeah. It's just like, yes, I'm a Massachusetts driver. Dude,
that was pretty good.
Great job, Tess.
It sees the stoplights, which are way off to the side.
Yep. I got to tell you, I've watched hours and hours of full self-driving beta video, and
there we go on the green.
I am still blown away.
Right.
I thought I wouldn't be.
I
am blown away.
Okay. Oh, we're staying.
Yep. This is probably fairly easy for. Oh, don't change lanes.
Oh,
whoa! Don't do that. You just pissed off someone, Tess.
That's not fun.
I didn't want to take over because I wanted to see what it did, but yeah, it just pissed off the person behind us.
For sure.
Like for sure.
For sure. I do usually give people a break on the rotary because it's awful.
Maybe it thought it had to do that to be in the right lane.
It kind of does. It did have to be in this lane. Wow. It's doing it. Yeah, there you go. Pull out, because then you can't piss anyone off if you're way ahead of them.
Yep.
Okay, here we come up to this.
Oh, a little fast.
A little quick.
A little fast.
Whoa, I think that's outside of the realm of safety.
Yeah, you're not even in the right lane there.
There we go. I mean, there's no lanes. What are you talking about, lanes,
Massachusetts.
Dude? Oh, can you see them? Oh, there's a little piece of paint. And, and the great part is, it does merge. Ready? That was the last line right there, and now it merges.
All right, so it handled that rotary about as good as could be expected for having never seen it before. Now,
all right, so from that clip, you'll see that they have a little engagements. I love it. It's up in the corner there, or disengagements. So they've disengaged 0 times. All right, driving the car. So letting the car's been doing just a fine job up to that point. They went through a very challenging intersection there in Massachusetts where they are, and that's what happens where it is. This is why I'm giving it a 7. Because That's where I see full self-driving when there's a lot of open area. There's not a lot of construction or people or things like in a metropolitan area. Now, let's see what happens once it goes to a more metropolitan area in Lowell. I think that's where they're taking it next.
Just So we just got basically into the wrong lane. Please go, for the love of God. Okay, there you go. So I had to nudge it there.
Really?
I had to nudge it forward.
And like
now,
right there, it did it again.
I took it out.
Yeah, you can't feel this in the video where it's hesitant and it shouldn't be. You just can't feel it. You're thinking like, whoa, looks great.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't feel great at all.
Please don't kill the people. Please don't kill the people.
Now's the time to go.
Go.
And now, go. Go, go, go.
Go.
Go, 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 go,
You can do it.
go,
You can
go,
do it.
go, go.
Yeah.
Oh
There we
my
go.
God, that took too long.
Woo! Wrong lane, baby.
Wrong lane.
We're good.
Ugh.
Lucked out that no other cars are there, because that sucks. All right, unprotected left, no one coming. Good job.
Oh,
good
did it.
job. Yeah.
Oh, the part I thought it couldn't do, it
Little
did.
slow down there. Woo!
Oh,
Car just driving itself. Oh, man.
that just took about 6 minutes off my life.
So you see now they're up to 20 disengagements and they have a lot of anxiety. By the way, I would highly recommend you go watch the full video down below. They did a great job and they're going to continue doing it, as it updates and updates and updates. Elon says, 6 to 8 months that full self-driving will be feature complete. There is something called Elon time. He is very optimistic, which is good. I like that in a leader of a company. Me, as someone who doesn't lead the company, I'm going to say it looks like around 2 years. So let's say it takes about 2 more years. So 2024 for full self-driving to be complete, where you can sit in your car, put in any place, and it could take you there and drive just as good as a human. Well, as far as it goes, it's one thing to get feature complete, but it's another thing to then get regulation, like to let the bureaucrats and the government to allow that to go through. So I'm going to do a whole nother video on NHTSA and how corrupt they are and how corrupt the government is in general. So let's talk about federal adoption. All right. So we know the government is never going to be on Tesla's side because Tesla doesn't spend any money on the government. They don't spend any money advertising. So the media is always going to be against Tesla. But as of right now, the full self-driving option, again, autopilot, full self-driving, 2 separate things, has had zero, no, not one person, not one accident yet. All right. But as soon as there is one, it'll be, trust me, it'll be all over the news. Right. So federal adoption is going to take a lot longer than when the actual feature complete is. I'm saying 3 years after it's feature complete, but it might take 5, it might take 6, it might take 7 years, who knows? The longer it takes, the more Tesla cars that get on the road, the better it is for Tesla. But I'm going to just say, we're going to do these numbers that I'm going to talk about next based off of 5 years, right? So what is this going to do to the stock price? This is hypercharts.co. Definitely check them out. They have great information on here. A lot of it's free. You can pay for more information if you want more detailed information. But let's look at Tesla yearly revenue. All right. So their revenue for 2020, if you can see it here, their total revenue was $31 billion and auto revenue, $27 billion. So right now we're at $1,000 per share, 944 or whatever we are right now. But let's say $1,000 per share, and their auto revenue is at 27. Just remember that number, $27 billion in revenue from selling cars. All right. Let's also look at profit. All right. So let's look at gross profit. Oh, I want to cross out revenue and operating income. All right. So here's their profit. So their profit, so you have their revenue of 27 billion. Their profit is around $6.6 billion is total profit from 2020. We don't have 2021 yet because we're still in it. But so just remember those two numbers, $6.6 billion in gross profit. You can see the profit over these years and why Tesla is going up. And you can see, obviously, the revenue over these years. So, all right, so here we have a very rudimentary spreadsheet here. But so what's going to happen with full self-driving when it's complete? immediately what they're going to do is just hit a button and it'll go out, and every person that has a Tesla can download the feature if they've paid for it. Now, so what that means is that the adoption rate is almost instant, right? So it's like it's not like they have to add, it's something they're going to put into new cars. Only the new cars are going to have it. Like the cars right now, one of the things when I used to sell the Tesla cars, I used to tell people, I'm like, these cars are future proof. The hardware is as up to date and into the future as possible. And what they do is then they just upgrade software. So now the cars get better. That's why the resale value of Teslas is so high, because there's no like the 2021, the 2020, the 2019 Tesla. There's just a Model 3, a Model S, because they just keep updating it and giving it more over-the-air updates to upgrade the cars as time goes on, which is just amazing. Right? Last year, Tesla delivered 500,000 cars, 491,000 or something like that, real close. But they're going to do around 1 million cars this year. So the next year, now Tesla has said their objective is to go an average of 50% increase each year, right? So we're talking about 5 years out, right? 2 years now. We're not counting 2020. These cars are just on the road already. They've already been sold and delivered. So they're out there. And there's even more cars before this. Obviously, Tesla didn't start in 2020, but we're just going to start there for the sake of this example. All right. So 2022, they deliver 1.5. 2023, they deliver 2.25 million cars delivered. 2024 at a 50%, they deliver 3 million cars, 3.3. 2025, they're up to 5 million cars. 2026, they're up to 7.5 million, 7.6 million cars delivered. So over the next 5 years, there's a total of 21 million cars on the road that with a press of the button can now get full self-driving. Now, here's the thing with full self-driving. Right now, it's a $10,000 $10,000. You can, when you buy the car, you can pay $10,000 now, and you'll just have the full self-driving when it is available. Now, the interesting thing about that is Tesla, even though they've gotten that money, they don't count it when they do their accounting because they haven't delivered the product yet, right? So right now, there's about a 20% take rate of people who pay that extra 10 grand, right? Because it used to be 8 grand and then it was 5 grand. And so it's been going up as they get closer and closer to feature complete, they've been raising the price. So as more and more people have seen it as a possibility and they're watching YouTube videos and saying, hey, I'm going to get this Tesla car, I might as well spend the 10 grand, right? So right now they have about a 20% take rate on those 21 million cars. It's 4 million cars they've paid for self-driving, so full self-driving, right? FSD, right? So the minute that is good to go, right? And they say now Tesla can realize that revenue, right? So that is $42 billion, not million, B with a B, $42 billion of revenue. All right. So let's think back to what we said before. 2020, the revenue for the entire auto sales was $27 billion. So you're talking, 1.75 times as much money in bam, like that. And by the way, we talk about gross profit, right? This number goes straight to the bottom line, right? Because it's just a software update. So that's $42 billion in revenue that year. Bam. All right. When they turn that on, I wrote here 60% monthly take rate on what's called their subscription service. Because what Tesla says is, look, some people are not going to want to pay $10,000. And as it gets closer and closer to feature complete, they're going to raise it to $12, $15, $20, $25,000. And some people will just be like, I'm not going to do that. So they have a subscription plan that they're doing. So it's $190. It's going to be $190 a month to do the subscription. Now, if Robotaxi is available, I talked to my friend who drives Lyft and Uber, and he says, I said, how long does it take you to make $200? Like how many hours? And he said, 5-6 hours of driving during prime times, whatever. So let's say a day, maybe 2 days, you take your car, pay for, and put it on the Robotaxi network, and your car goes out and drives Uber for you and makes you money, all right? Because most of the time you go to work, for 8 hours a day, your car's not doing anything. Go send it out, do some Ubering with the full self-driving out. I know this is like this concept is it's it's a paradigm shift. But yeah, you're going to buy. This is why Tesla, there are a lot of people that say Tesla might not even, when full self-driving goes, they might stop selling cars to people, because they'll make more money just putting the car out there and driving it around and having it make them money every year, as opposed to selling it to you and letting you make money on the car. This is why Hertz went and bought 100,000 cars. Like, that was genius by Hertz, because no one's going to rent cars anymore. When full self-driving is out, who's going to rent a car? I can press a button and a car will show up with me all the time, and I don't have to worry about the worst part of the Uber ride, which is the driver, right? There's cameras inside, my kids are safe. I'm not going to go through all that, but let's just say there's 20% of people who doesn't matter. They'll just be scared of full self-driving. Like, they'll think, I don't know, something's going to happen. There's going to be a computer failure, and everything's going to go nuts, right? So there's just 20% of people who just aren't going to ever do full self-driving, just aren't going to do it. So I said, let's say there's a 60% take rate, right? Because 20% bought it already, 60% decide to do the subscription, right? So how many cars is that? It's 12 million cars out of this 21 that's left, right? So 12,768,000 cars, right? So monthly revenue on that, right? So you're talking about times $200 per car, right? So what does that work out to? $2.5 billion a month. $2.5 billion a month that goes straight to the bottom line. So what did we talk about? Gross profit before for Tesla for the whole year of 2020 was $6 billion. They're making $2.5 billion a month at this level. Yearly, $30 billion in revenue. So what they make today, and this is in 5 years, I'm talking about Tesla being 50xing in 10 years. How many more cars are they going to build? They have a goal of making 20 million cars a year by 2031. All right. So this is 5 years. This is only after 5. All right. So $30 billion in revenue. So what all the revenue that Tesla makes today, they're going to make in just one segment, the full self-driving segment. So this is just one of the many factors that are going into the 50x prediction that I've made over the next 10 years. So if you've enjoyed this analysis and you want to support me and you want to support the WISE community, check out thewisecommunity.com. Links are below. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you got a little bit out of it. Please leave comments, leave your feedback. I read every single comment. I'm going to try to highlight one every time I do one of these videos. So you'll be the person that I highlight next time, and leave your thoughts. And remember, most importantly, make wise decisions. I'll see you in the next video.